Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Stacia. So, since the last episode, it hasn't been a lot of time because I want to go ahead and push into a bit of progression. I did go ahead and updated our quest for Botania, all except for the living rock, so everything else is up to date as to where we got to before. But I wanted to make a mention, because it was brought up in the comments, you can just take your concrete powder. I was doing this for the living rock for the Portuguese pavement, but you don't actually have to place it, you can just drop it into the water. So I want to make a quick mention of that, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and get some living rock running. And at this point, we can also make living wood. That's basically why we switched gears in the first place, is because I didn't want to have to craft out a whole bunch of treated wood. So let's get ourselves just a stack of treated wood planks. And I think to actually start into blood magic, to make the soul snares, we're going to have to get up to where we're producing just a little bit of mana for that. But that's not too bad. And let me go ahead and just speed these up a little bit. We'll go 64 times. And there's our quest completed for living wood. There we go. I gotta fix my Maddock here in just a second. And here pretty soon we're probably going to push into automating the pure daisy, because this is another thing I don't want to actually have to do manually. But for the time being, I mean, it doesn't take very long to get a bunch of this built up, so. And there we go. There's our quest completed again for living rock. Now, I don't know if either of these, none of these have rewards. That's fine. But let's go ahead and we're going to basically move through basic Botania for just a minute. So our mana pool, there's that. What's the alchemy catalyst? Oh, it's cheap. It's cheap in this pack. We are going to have to get a mana pearl, but that's not too bad. Okay, so let's get ourselves 3 of these? No? 4 of these. No, it's standard. I wonder why they want us to get 4 of them. Well, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we can use 2 of, any color. We're going to go with purple and gray, I think. That. So quest completed, 1 to the forest. What do we need for mana spreaders in this pack? We need gold sheet metal. We need infused wood. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to have to do some astral sorcery, it looks like, to actually get mana up and going. Really basic astral sorcery, but still we're going to have to, I guess, switch gears in order to get a mana spreader. And illumination powder. Okay. So in that case, let's switch over then to some astral sorcery. So resonating wand is 2 marble, 2 aquamarine, and an ender pearl. In that case, what does it take to repair this real quick? It's going to be iron. And we're going to need some aquamarine. I don't think I've actually mined any. If I have, it wasn't much. But it's very, very common around here. So, and by the way, what's it get? Like if we were, okay, we can't run it through the crusher, so no use even bothering with Silk Touch. And those of you that have been on the channel for very long, you know that unless it's disabled in this pack, we're going to be setting up aquamarine for complete automation before long, as well as sand very, very quickly. Alright, so let's get our resonating wand. There's that. And then they want us to get rock crystal. Okay. So we're going to need nighttime whenever it comes back around. Okay. The luminous crafting table is, okay, that's standard. So what we're going to do, let's get a crafting table real quick. And while we're out, oh, quest completed. Oh, yeah, because I'm still catching up on these. Let me get another one of those. And I know we're going to need illumination powder. So while we're out, I'm going to try to get my hands on. I'll try to craft up some illumination powder. I'm just going to take like a stack of glowstone, I think. And we are going to have to find ourselves a astral temple. Because I don't believe, I haven't been out exploring a whole lot. I'll tell you what, we're going to go out, we're going to set out for a little bit of exploration here. Because I need to gather up some aquamarine just kind of as I go, as I spot it. Just in the water. And in addition, I'm going to need to find, once it turns dark, I need to find some rock crystal. And then I also need to get my hands on, or come across, a temple as well, because we're going to need that. But we're going to go ahead and just open up these little chests that are under here. And we got Avitas and VCO paper. I don't think I have my, no, I don't have my book on me, but that's fine. And there's another chest over on this side. We got Evorcio paper. So we'll take that. And these are good places to get quite a bit of aquamarine as well. Plus the papers we are going to need. Now there was another one down south, that village. But I feel like, I mean, we're going to have plenty of those. Oh, I need to get, before we head out, I need to get food. Or do we just want to eat some of this like random junk that I've got piling up in here? Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll make more food. Because I'm running out of space in that, and they keep giving me food from quests, and I just haven't been eating it. I know it does give hearts, but what about this mountain? It would be so nice. I don't see one on the map though, but we're looking for an astral sorcery temple. We're generally going to find them up on top of mountains. That's why I'm trying to kind of stick close to this mountain here. And we might get lucky and come across a waystone. We can craft them also. Probably should have brought one with me, but it's not really a big deal at the moment. Hey, look, there's iron. Another mod we're going to have to get into, like spend a few episodes in before long, I think. I was kind of expecting it to be gated. I really haven't looked at the recipes much for it. But I kind of expect it to be gated at least a little bit with the magic mods, but maybe not. But that is Ars Novea. We're going to want to start into that before long. Oh, I found cows. I actually found cows. I don't really need them at the moment, but I did discover some. And there is an astral temple. Perfect timing, too, because it is night. We're going to go ahead and pull out our resonating wand first, because what we need to do with this actually requires night. Right over here is one. We're looking for these spouts of light coming up. And then what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to dig down. There's what we're looking for. Rock crystal ore. We're going to go ahead and take that. That's going to give us a task completed for rock crystal ore. Now, I wouldn't mind getting just a couple more. But how we're going to get out, since we have super mobility gear, is we're just going to bounce out. So, we're just going to do that. We're going to give it just a second for our cooldown. And then do that. See, mobility gear is so handy. There we go. Alright, do we see any more in the immediate vicinity? Now, these can be mined, even if it's not night, but it does make it a whole lot easier to find them if it is night. Because during the day, you won't be able to see those spouts of light. And it does look like we have a deposit there and a deposit right over there. So we're going to go for both of those. And that should set us up pretty good for rock crystal for a little bit. There's the rock crystal. And we'll go ahead and take that. Alright, our rock crystal is down with the lava. Oh wow, if you put an invisible light source down, it will block lava. Okay, now at this point we can mine the rock crystal. So, there we go. We got quite a few rock crystals at this point. Now what I want to do is I want to pop back up, pop over to this Ars Temple, and I'm going to go ahead and mark it just so we do have it for future reference. Alright, so we got gold, iron. Guess I can take the iron. We got a couple papers. We do want to take those. That's Decidia and Armara in this case. And if you bring your Astral book with you, it does help quite a bit. And then over here we got some aquamarine and we got another constellation paper. I think we've got all the basic ones, so we probably won't get anything from this constellation paper, but that's okay. We'll keep it because we'll need it for later maybe. And then in the last chest we have more aquamarine, more iron. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this crafting table that we brought with us. We're going to set it down right there. We are going to open up this. I'm going to stop that water from flowing. And then we're going to go up top. And we'll just kind of open this up a little bit as well. Really only the middle block needs to go. And our vision expands. We learn more about exploration. Okay, there we go. It automatically connected up. So this is going to, once it has some moonlight, it's going to change our luminous crafting table over, or our crafting table into a luminous crafting table. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this aquamarine that we got, and we're going to turn this stuff into illumination powder. So we're just going to take our resonating wand, right click that, and we're going to give it just a minute, and it's going to craft some illumination powder for us. Yeah, so there's 4 stacks of illumination powder. And then we're going to take our luminous crafting table, and we are going to take this back with us because it will come in handy. And this quest does give us 16 aquamarine, so we're going to take that as well. Okay, now let's warp home at this point. That's all we needed from there for the time being. Alright, so now what we're going to do, Astral Tome for free. I think we already have one from when we started the pack, though. And then they want us to make a light well. And we're going to make this in the luminous crafting table. It's going to take a rock crystal, some aquamarine, some ruined marble, which we can just make through the stone cutter, which is great. Oh, and it only works if you have standard marble. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up our luminous crafting table. This can go, at the moment, probably anywhere because we can't check for star fields. So we'll just toss it down right there. Put in our light well. Activate that. Hopefully the sun doesn't come up too fast on us. There we go. There's our light well. And for right now, we're going to go ahead and just set this up right here and quickly toss in that aquamarine. Now, during the day, it's going to be a lot slower. Producing liquid starlight. I doubt it's going to get a bucket made before dawn, but we'll just have to see. Yeah, it ain't going to make it. But maybe during the day. These things will eventually break. So trying to work with like optimal efficiency early on is good, though once we get a bucket of liquid starlight, unless, like I said, unless it is disabled in this pack, we can automate aquamarine to where we have infinite aquamarine and not have to worry about it too much. But okay, while that's running, if we take a look back, because that's pretty much, I mean, we're going to get into the Phosic Resonator before too long, but I think for what we need for Botania, we really just need a bucket of liquid starlight is all we're going to need. At least for the mana spreader. Alright, so to get our mana spreaders, it is framed living wood, illumination powder, and then some gold sheet metal. Let me get the gold sheet metal real quick. And then we'll get our framed living wood, the illumination powder. And that's going to give us enough illumination powder to pretty much be good on it for at least a while. A long while, I imagine. Kind of just a little bit better to craft in bulk, I think, on here. And as far as our constellation papers, we'll just get all of these together. And we're going to go ahead and just shift right click our Astral Tome and just toss these in. And that way we can just kind of store those away for the time being. Alright, we're up to 900 millibuckets on this. Now eventually this aquamarine is going to break. Probably before too long, to be honest. Hopefully it makes it to a bucket so I don't have to waste another one. That would be ideal. Once again, if it's nighttime, it's a whole lot more efficient as far as how much liquid starlight it's making. At least until we get a little bit further in Astral Sorcery. And then we can run it any time of the day. It won't matter too much, but there we go. There's 1,000 millibuckets. We're going to grab that. And this first bucket, we're just going to sit down for right now, right over here. We'll be fine. So if we take our oak logs, we toss them in there and we give it just a second, you're going to see some particles, and you see the wood is changing over now into infused wood. So we'll just take that. We're going to go ahead and make a big bulk amount. Wood's free at this point. There we go. There is 64 infused wood. And for right now, that's probably the last quest in Astral Sorcery that we're going to do, because it looks like we're going to be kind of being pulled in 3 different directions here. Not to mention kind of wanting to start Ars Novea. Maybe even next episode, we'll see. There is our 4 mana spreaders. And this feels like so much cheaper now after switching away from like machine frames. What's it take to make the runic altar? Oh, it's default. Okay. Okay, for our mana, we're just going to go with an Endoflame. Most of the other ones are like gated, kind of like normal. So what we're going to do We're going to open up a little space here, and we're going to set up just a basic Endoflame system. So what we'll do is we'll have our mana pool sitting there. And from that mana pool, we're going to have a comparator coming out. I made a repeater. 1 second. Alright, so we're going to have a comparator reading out of that. And we're going to set up a lever. This is an analog lever from Create. We're going to set it to, say, 13. So we want a power of 13. And then it can send out a redstone signal. So that's going to come out once it has the required reading off of the mana pool. Once there's, 13/15 field in the mana pool. That's going to come out and go over here. And right here, we're going to have a pressure plate set. So if there's an item on the pressure plate, it'll shut off the redstone as well. And then we are going to bring this up. And this will get moved and changed and all that. So we're just going to lay it out like this. And then right here, we're going to put an open crate. So then if we were to grab the stone, another one gets dropped. And then another one gets dropped and so on. Okay, that is plenty good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up a mana spreader. And let me get my Wand of the Forest out. We're going to have a mana spreader setting here. We're going to make sure that this is bound. And then we're going to go make ourselves some Endoflames. So Endoflame is it default for Endoflame? Yeah, 2 brown, light gray, and red. Which actually looks like red and light gray are 2 colors that I did not come across when I was out grabbing flowers before. That's fine, because they gave us some floral fertilizer. We'll use this, and if we need to make more, we will. But we'll go ahead and just place that out. Place that out, that out, that out. And we did not get either of them. Make sure floral fertilizer is default. It is. Oh, and it actually just takes dye now. And we'll place this out. There's light gray. There's red. And I get 2 at the same time, of course. Okay, we're going to go ahead and convert these into petals. That way I can grow some. Let's get our shears out. And just remember, if you need them, plant down the petals and hit it with bone meal. And you'll get the tall mysticals, which will give you lots and lots of petals. And we'll go ahead and just place this out. 2 brown, light gray, red, seed. There we go. And then what we can do is just right click with our empty hand and it'll put the recipe back in. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and get, maybe go 6. And that aquamarine is still alive somehow. It's filled up with liquid starlight, but that's fine. I don't need a bunch of it right this second. So I'm just going to let it hang out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set up our Endoflames just around this. And if we check them with the wand, they are all going to be linked up. There it went. They're all linked up to this mana spreader. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get ourselves some coal. Now coal blocks will last longer. I'm just going to go with coal though for the time being. I'm going to grab like 5 stacks. And we're just going to toss this into the hopper. And that's going to get all this going. And let's see. Are our particles... Oh, it's set to minimal. I didn't set it to minimal, but there we go. Oh, and you know what? The mana... Yeah, I don't need the mana spreader right next to that because the redstone is turning it off. So, dope. So we'll set the mana spreader more like right here. And then we're going to bind our flowers back over to that. So that's going to start producing mana for us. These other 3 mana spreaders, we don't need them right now. We will, though, in due time. Alright, so now that we've got those, we can either push for the Alchemy Catalyst. I know that it's got quite a few uses in this pack, because I keep seeing it come up. Stuff that we're going to specifically have to have. I know Mana Quartz is going to be used quite a bit. Also, Enriched Diamonds to make raw advanced processors, things like that. For refined storage, we're going to need it. And redstone flux coils to advanced coils. Mana Steel in this pack is steel. And there's the raw basic processors. It's going to be more important as we move on. But for right now, I think we're going to switch over gears, try to get just our magic mods. I like to kind of unlock these in bulk, especially when they're interconnected so much like this, and just get this stuff kind of opened up. So we're going to need basically just a bunch of mana infused string for this. In the quest, they want us to make 4, so we'll go ahead and get 4, and it's perfect timing too, because it's going to be night, even though I guess I can go down into the caves if need be. We'll just toss that in. I got 4. And now would be a good time too to use our Black Lotus that we got from the mine shaft. So we'll just toss that in there, and that's going to put a little bit extra mana in there as well. Alright, so while that's building up on mana, I mean, I've almost got enough for 3 at the moment. I think, yeah, these are 1 at a time. That's fine. If we look back over at Astral Sorcery, I want to go ahead and craft a Phosic Resonator, because this is something that's just good to have pretty early on, so that way we can kind of plan out where our Astral Sorcery setup is going to be. If there's a star field really, really close to us, that would be awesome. So we'll go ahead and toss that into there. Take our Resonating Wand, activate that, and there we go. There's our Phosic Resonator. And if we run around holding this, if there is a star field... Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's kind of awkward placement for me. But there's another one right over there. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we could probably make do with one of those two. Honestly, I think I'd rather have it on this one than that one. This one, or that one seems a little bit more dense, so we probably have a little bit better starlight strength. Oh, and there's another one right over here, which looks like it bleeds over into another one here. Okay, so basically we have starlight fields all around our base, so we're kind of spoiled for choice, I think. I kind of wasn't expecting that, but we do generally have pretty good luck with starlight fields, except Enigmatica. I have to go like really far on Enigmatica for my star field, because we got it set up like way out in the desert over there. There we go. There's our 16 mana infused string. We can get ourselves some soul snares. So there's 4 of those. That's going to complete that quest. Let's pop back over to Blood Magic, and we are going to get 2 cheeseburgers. And with the soul snare, what we can do is we can go out and we can find ourselves a mob, like this skeleton over here. And it worked. He's got particles. Make sure your particles are turned on for this. And we got ourselves a demon wheel with a quality of 2.8. Let's go ahead and use our other soul snares, though. And these soul snare effects, they last for about 30 seconds. You want to make sure and kill your mob before the 30 seconds are up. Otherwise, the effect will wear off. But it seems like they are... Used to, they weren't 100% proc rate, but it's seeming like they're 100%. Oh, I missed you. Okay, so the wheel qualities we got are 4.77, 4.81, and 2.8. These two are definitely keepers, I think, for now. So we're just going to tuck these away. And we're going to use this one. So our blood altar, wires and blood and bone. 2 gold plates, an alloy machine frame, and some stone. Starting magic, after doing all this other stuff, starting magic feels so cheap. Which I think, I need a couple more pieces of steel, but that's fine. Probably not going to use all of it, at least not just yet, but we're going to grab this out. And we'll just grab our alloy machine frame. I'm probably just going to leave it here, and as I need them, I'll grab them. Okay, so there is our blood altar. And we get a bucket of blood. And for some reason, weak blood orbs automatically completed. I don't know. And Hellfire Forge is automatically completed. And lava crystal. And ritual divine. What? And apparently living boots. I've never even been around a blood magic setup. I haven't even been to anybody's bases except my own so far. Okay, well, let's go ahead, and I really don't want to set that up out there because I end up stabbing myself down to like low health, and then if a skeleton shoots me, it's bad news. So we're going to set it up in here. And what's it take to make the Hellfire Forge? Skystone. And a pity machine frame. Ooh, it looks like... Is this used in a lot of things? Yeah. It actually is. It's all, I mean, it's all like default recipe-ish, but The Pity machine frame is the basic industrial foregoing machine. All the tweaks are in just the right spot. I love it. Okay, so we're going to need probably a lot of cloth as we move forward. This is just a diamond. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get our dagger and start stabbing ourselves. Or our knife, I'm sorry. We're going to need a crystal sword. So let me see about getting that. Nope. But I tell you what, we have some really nice star fields nearby. So we're going to set up at one of those. Like right here. It's still not going to be enough. I'm going to have to wait till the next night to get that. Okay, well, while I'm waiting, the sky stone, how do we go about... okay, I guess it's going to be default. I actually think I've seen a meteor around, but let's go ahead and make ourselves a meteorite compass. I remember seeing the ore does not naturally generate for this, because I'm thinking that's the method that we have to do for it. Charged Certus Quartz ore is disabled. You can craft Charged Certus Quartz in the Blood Altar. But since we need Skystone, we are actually going to have to go out and just find... There's no way to... Yeah, we're going to have to go out and just find a meteorite at this point. Okay, we're actually going to cut this episode in half. I guess each episode is going to end up being 27, 28 minutes. Because it ended up being a little over 50 minutes. Because for some reason, I thought I could do all the start of Botania, all the start of Astral Sorcery, and like half of Blood Magic in one episode. I don't know what I was thinking. So we're going to split this one off in half. And we'll pick back up next episode. I actually recorded next episode and the following episode very, very quickly. And something I didn't know at the time, considering there is a quest right here for the alchemical reaction chamber. So I thought, well, that's probably why the quest is there, because otherwise the alchemical reaction chamber serves little to no purpose for us at the moment. But I did discover, Tyler let me know, that it's actually not intended to be able to craft the weak blood shards through this method. Apparently it's not intended, it's just there. And there's no note about it in the quest or anything like that. The quest doesn't say like, oh, don't craft it this way. It just says it's time to build a tier 4 altar. So I just kind of rolled on through. But I didn't know that. So just a heads up, it's intended to craft it the other way apparently. But I didn't know that until I was like 2 episodes past Blood Magic. But it's intended to craft it this way instead. So just a heads up so you guys know. Because I didn't. And I just rolled on through. I was like, I'm going to get the grind done like tonight. Or it's like a night and then a morning basically. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.